Rory and Mal are soft. What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. I appreciate you, gang. Listen, Rory and Mal have fallen from grace, and it has not been as long as it may seem. I want to say 2 years, 3 tops, that Rory and Mal have taken what was a promising career in podcasting and streaming and have almost single-handedly shown us how to not do this YouTubing thing that has become an official job. Remember when YouTubing was like a niche? Now this is a job. You can do this from 9 to 5. If you wake up at 9 in the morning and stop at 5, you can literally finance your life with this. I'm just going to be honest. But Rory and Mal forgot what they were supposed to be doing with this newfound opportunity to create videos. And they've taken what was, in essence, a wave of graciousness that people gave them after they left the Joe Budden show so unceremoniously. I was an early defender of Rory and Mal. Didn't even know much about him. I just knew that I had my own issues, well-documented issues about Joe Budden. I'm just going to be honest. If you are a Joe Budden fan, make no mistake, I am not a friend of Joe Budden, but I am considering forgiving him, and that's going to be a video in the future. I had one of my friends come up really concerned, like, why don't you like, what's wrong? What's the issue with you and Joe Budden? It's a long story, gang, and I'm going to talk about it in another video. But when Budden let these two go, I thought it was a sucker move, because the way he did it, when he fired them while they were they were on a suspension, I guess, or what have you, and he went through, it was a whole mess. You remember, it was just a mess. And they came back to the pod, sat there completely. It was the most uncomfortable thing. Mal is being Mal, and Rory's trying to be the peacemaker, and they did a whole episode. You could tell nothing was healed. These guys were still mad. More so Mal. Mal's like, I can't forgive you for that. Da, da, da. They tried to talk it out and make it like it was cool, and then after that, they fully left. They were talking lawyers, and he owes us money. We want our money, right? It was a whole thing, right? If you go back, way back into my content in the beginning, I was a Rory and Mal supporter. As a matter of fact, my channel in the beginning was a Rory and Mal, almost anti-Joe Budden channel, and I started to get a lot of subscribers because of that. But I didn't want to keep doing Rory and Mal content. First of all, I was like, I don't want to talk about these dudes every day. People would come to my stuff. At the time, Joe Budden was the enemy. So people would come to my channel just for the Joe Budden content. And I was like, I don't want to just do Joe Budden. I'm not going to be one of these channels. I could have blew up quicker a long time ago if I became like a point and shoot type of channel, or somebody who just every time Budden podcast went up, I would just go through and break down the negative stuff. I could have had 100,000 subscribers by now, but I don't want to be that kind of channel. I don't want to just nonstop focus on one topic and just ride that wave. I don't hate Joe Budden enough to, I don't hate him. I don't hate anyone. So I don't want to sit there every day and just make content, right? Even now, I'm not going to just sit and make one kind of content. I could sit every day and just nonstop talk about Drake and just be 250,000 subscribers I could wake up every morning, do three Drake videos, and my channel would go through the roof. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just not trying to be that kind of commentator, right? That's easy. That's easy. I could, if I didn't care, I would do that all day. I would already have 250,000 subscribers and have people in my comments every day just talking about Drake every single morning. That's easy. I don't want to do that. I'm going to talk about different things because I think about different things. I'm not a one-trick pony. If people come to my channel because they enjoy my content, they're going to know this guy has more than one thing he's going to be talking about. I might be talking about battle rap one day. I might talk about Rory Mal. I got a Rory Mal video coming up. I might be talking about Snoop Dogg. I might be talking about Rory and Mal, right? Who are soft. It completely butter soft. And when I used to think that they were worthy of this adjustment from being sidekicks to frontmen, which I said in the beginning, I said they're going to need at least one, if not two co-hosts. I said it from day one. I said, I'm rooting for Rory and Mal to make it. I don't like how Joe Budden treated them. It was mad unfair. And you could clearly see that Budden blows up everything. Everything he gets, he blows it up. And he hasn't blown this one up yet with Ish and this and that. But he's tried. You've seen it. If you're paying attention, he tried. Some guys, they get suspended, these blow-ups and da-da-da. I don't know what happened, but they found a way to just not walk off. And they figured out something, and he's figured out a way to balance this thing where they don't just get up and just leave one day, or they get fired, da-da-da. But he's blown up he blew up Everyday Struggle. He blew up the podcast several times. People have gotten fired from, remember the girl they fired from home? So it's not an easy place to work, right? But somehow they still manage. And when Rory and Mal, some people disagree, and a lot of people go in my comments to this day and say, now I see why Budden did what he did. But at the time, I want to say 75, 80% said Budden was wrong. So I was one of these people that was very, get him, Mal, get him, Rory. I was on their side. I was rocking with Rory and Mal. And I say all that to say this. I literally unfollowed them. I unfollowed them both on Twitter. I unfollowed them both on YouTube. And you want to say, why, Charles? Why would you unfollow them if you was rocking with them? Because first of all, I don't like when I can't trust you. And when I say I can't trust you, when I know that something is A, B, and C, and you have alliances and allegiances that will make you say, nah, it's D, it's E. No matter how crazy something looks, you will align with something. Even if it's wrong, you're going to align with it. Mal will align with any narrative that Drake puts out. It could be contradicted tomorrow, and Mal will stick right there he's snugging like a bullworm, you know what I'm saying, what you call them things that they just get in stuff and they just sit there, a termite. He won't move, he won't budge. It's just like, no, Drake didn't do that. And it's like, gang, I'm not going to keep watching this. First of all, the show, let's just be honest, is boring. The show was born before this whole Drake and Kendrick beef. I'm trying to tell you, I was struggling to try to watch them things. And I found myself going 6 months, 8 months, not watching one episode, not watching one clip. I'm like, I'm rooting for you guys from over here. Yeah, I'm in your corner, but I can't sit through it. I'm just going to be honest. I stopped covering them. I was like, I can't watch it. It's absolutely boring. It's chalk. It's like chalk. It's like nails on a chalkboard. It's just like, I can't get through this. And I didn't know why. I would see this stuff. I would like it, try to save it, try to go back later. And I'm like, I can't. It's just too boring. And Damaris is good, right? But it's like, she makes Mal, freaking Mal gets so upset with her. It's like, yo, she's kicking. She's the only one on this show keeping it real. I'm going to be honest. Poor Julian sitting in the back in the cut. He literally was the voice of reason. It's like you barely could see the guy. And when you found out how he got there, they fired him, right? But you know why they fired him? Because the money not like it used to be. And when I was listening to Julian explain what happened, he said he was almost a contractor. He had no contract. He was a week to week. He would submit an invoice and get paid for that invoice. And apparently when he came in, Damaris wasn't informed that he was coming. He just showed up one day. They hired him. And so it was like a little bit of contention with them. He said that. And he said they had to work out their differences, that they weren't mad at each other. They were mad at the process of how he was brought into the show. And it always seemed like they were kind of two separate entities with they weren't in a tandem back there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he would say something, she would say something. It was like they were saying two different things, and they both were saying whatever, with Mal, who's as stubborn as a freaking rock, right? Just like a Nimrod, just over there, just like, no, Drake is cool. Like, just goofy shit. Like, gang, like, we're here to hear your opinion on everything, including Drake. But it can't be that you're so locked in, you can't even say, okay, Not Like Us was a dope video. He got to say, well, it's good, but what next? What's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to dude, like, you're not even in the, if you're that blind in the culture, you're not in the culture. It's like having a sports team. You can't say that another team is nice, right? It's like, I'm so much of a Commanders fan, I can't say that the Eagles are nice. I can't say, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's after a while, you can't be a commentator if you're this one-sided. Even Stephen A. Smith could say something nice about the Cowboys when they do good. It's about understanding what your role is in this culture. You never got it. Because if you're this locked in on Drake, right? The bathtub rapper from Canada, if you're this locked in on him where everything else is Fifi, then there's a problem. There's a problem. And that's where it became, okay, this thing is crazy. I say all of that to say, the thing with Julian, Damaris, I say all that to say, these two guys are soft even beyond all that, because after Julian's gone and after their podcast is slowly draining, you would think that they would say, okay, let's not try to ruffle a lot of feathers and make a lot of moves that's going to make us look crazy. Nope. They go out, and there's a new YouTuber named Deleted, and I like Deleted. I know somebody was in my comments, Deleted is a Kanye stan. I'm like, I don't care about who this guy likes in person in his real life. I like Jay-Z. I like Kendrick. So we all going to have our biases, right? But I can call these guys out when they do something crazy. Just gonna be honest. I got a couple videos down below where I'm calling Jay out when he went and performed for Tom Brady. I was like, Jay, we're not doing that. You missed a hip hop 50th, but you went and performed for Tom Brady. I called him out just like I called Snoop out. So at the end of the day, I don't care that Deleted likes Kanye West. I don't care about none. All of us like somebody. But I like Deleted because Deleted, he came in with this villain persona. I like how he doesn't show his face. There's no, like, he doesn't have like any qualms about tearing somebody up, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the Kendrick when he went at Kendrick. I didn't like. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm that guy. I don't like. Listen, but I'm not gonna tell him not to do it. I didn't unsubscribe. I didn't get in his comments try to disrespect him. I like let him get everybody. Right? If you're gonna get him, get everybody. I can't complain when you get somebody I like. Get him. If you're gonna get him. But Deleted went after Rory and Mal, mostly Mal, because Mal is a hot pocket. He did a video called Mal is a Hot Pocket. And like he does, he packed out Mal deservingly. The Mal deserves it. If I wanted to, I could literally do a video every single time they upload, because Mal is such a, like, this dude is the absolute worst. The absolute worst. He don't even see. He got his arms folded. He got his glasses. Like, this dude don't understand how ridiculous he looks. He's not. We don't want to hear from this guy at this point. Like, at this point, your words are almost meaningless, because we know you're trying to get on the phone with Drake that night and say, did I do good? Did you watch the pod? Was I okay? Did I defend your honor? It's like weird. He's even weirder than Academics with this Drake stuff. Academics is third, like, next level, DEFCON 5 weird with Drake. And even Ack will say, yeah, so, yeah, Drake need to cut out the duck lips. Like, Academics at some point will say, it's okay, Drake did kind of on this. No, this guy never. Mal will be like, more duck lips. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's absolutely strange. And I say all that to say this. Deleted put a video up about Mal, said Mal is a hot pocket. He used some clips of Rory and Mal's show. And dare I say this, I've used clips from Rory and Mal's show at least 4 or 5 times. I've never got it. I don't know. I'm not going to say they've seen my stuff or not, right? But some of them videos did very well. One of my most popular videos was me coming at Mal, and I used the clip from the show. And I think 60, 70,000 views on that video? Didn't get a strike. What I'm saying is Rory went and struck Deleted's video for copyright infringement. What that means in the YouTube world is, you stole my content. I'm going to strike your video and have YouTube remove it because I didn't authorize you to do so. Now with YouTube, if you use somebody's content and get a copyright strike, that's a problem for your channel. Every time you log in, it'll say, you got a copyright strike, one more, and you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So someone striking your video for copyright infringement is a big deal in this YouTube world. I got one, but every time I get them, I'll remove whatever. I get them all the time, but some of them are automated. So like if I use every single time I've did a Drake video and use the music in the beginning, the video gets struck. Soon as I put it up, it's struck. I'll have the little red $ saying, yeah, you cannot monetize this video every single time, even if it's a freestyle. Whatever it is, I'm getting hit with the copyright strike. That's why you'll see my video for the first 8 hours. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there for 8 hours, So the people coming in could see the song, hear it, da da da. I'll leave it there for 8 hours, leave it there for a while, and then I'll go in and edit it. They have the option to edit out the music. So I'll let it stay for a couple hours, and then I'll go hit the editing process. It'll clip out the entire song. Bloop, it's gone. Then my little dollar sign turns green, and I can monetize the video. But that's an automated process. It happens a lot. Even if I use certain things that are whatever, I will get hit with the copyright, and I'll just edit that out, right? So what I'm saying is, once they have these strikes, it becomes a problem for your channel. Rory saw the video himself. It wasn't automated. Rory went and clicked copyright infringement himself. The softest thing you could ever do, because the simple fact of the matter is, all this dude was doing was talking junk about Mal. You could have ignored it, but for you to see it and then go strike his video, try to get it removed, he ended up getting it back, by the way, because what happened was he put a countersuit in with YouTube. He went into the YouTube chat and told them what really was going on, and what they claimed wasn't actually his video. Is satire, and you can do satire, or you can do if you're doing like a news type of situation or what have you. You in most countries you can use it for that. If you're changing the content to speak about it, then you're usually allowed to use the thing. So what happened was YouTube reinstated the video, but he had already made a new video saying Rory struck my video. So Rory himself went in, physically watched, deleted his video, click strike, he got the video removed, but dude protested it, got the video back up. And I say all that to say this: that's the softest shit ever, because when you do that, you know you're hurting that man's channel. You know that. Rory and Mal can get deleted if this guy pursues, because when you put a claim on and it's false, now they reverse it. Now they're looking at your channel saying that you're abusing the system. You can get your whole channel taken from you. Some people wield this story like Poetic Flacco from No Jumper. He does that all the time to point and shoot. He'll claim the video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these guys have thin skin, is what I'm trying to tell you. Their whole job is to sit up there and criticize and talk junk about everybody else all day, every day. That's what my job is. That's what Rory and Mal's job is. That's what the leader's job is, to get up here and give your opinion on situations that necessarily aren't have nothing to do with you. You understand? So you may sometimes feel away, like I feel away about certain things. I've given my opinion on J. Cole. I've given my opinion on Kanye, right? I've given my opinion on Drake. I've given my opinion on a lot of things. Rory and Mal. It ain't always nice, right? So for me to be a public figure, go down in my comments. Dudes talk crazy to me all the time. You think I care? I'm like, yo, I read it. I'm like, oh, that was funny. I'll respond. Sometimes I don't. Even if I respond, I got so many comments, gang. Like, I'm not even really tripping off you like that. I'll respond to you and I'll move on to the next one. Don't feel special. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need comments. Comments is what drive this channel. So the more comments, negative or positive, is what it is. So you got to have a thick skin with this business. I'm not going to be going around. So I know as I get bigger, there's going to be some young dude come up. Oh, I can't stand this dude, Challz. I'm going to start he might make a whole channel dedicated to shitting on me, gang. It is what it is. I already expect it. I already know what it's going to be. You think I'm going to be going around watching his videos like, this dude called me. He called me the caterpillar man, like the king of the caterpillars. No, I'm going to strike this. No, that's not what you do here. See, these guys are getting too soft. They're striking each other's videos. They're coming at each other. It's weird. It's weird. You're not going to see me partaking in I'm not going to be friends with a lot of these dudes, because I find them to be very, very petty and childish. If you really pay attention, over the last 15 years, if you watch YouTube grow, a lot of these YouTube creators turn on each other. They turn on each other. They get very disrespectful. They'll become friends. And then when they're not friends no more, they're telling each other's business, their personal business. They're trying to destroy you. You're not going to catch me in that world. Now, I may do some of these, like when the company man and these different creators, they'll get on a 4-way or 6-way conference and talk about topics for an hour or two, be signifying these different guys. And I may participate in that at some point, but you're not going to see me linking up. If I didn't know you already for 20 years, I'm probably not going to be sitting on a podcast with you. It's just, it is what it is. I don't trust these guys. I think a lot of them are fake. A lot of them do stuff for the camera. I don't. I got a real life. I got real world issues to deal with. I don't do this stuff just for the camera. So I'm not going to be your friend and pretend to be cool with you for the camera. I got too much stuff going on. So these guys do that, and they come at each other and they try to take each other down, try to throw little strikes at each other. This YouTube world is weird, but I'm here for a different reason. right? I'm not here to mingle with these guys and become friends and be buddy with them, because most of these guys I don't even really like. I'm just going to be honest. So we'll see where it goes. But at the end of the day, you're not going to see me linking up, doing this, that, and the third with a lot of these guys, because I just don't feel like we even on the same wavelength. Like, look at what Academics is going through, him and Black Boy Max. Look at that whole weird, like, imagine a grown man in a weird situation like that, talking to kids and asking kids. But I wouldn't even want to be in a call where that started to happen. You'll never hear of me in a situation like that, ever. I'm just going to be honest. And if you hear it, before you even ask me to react to something like that, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lie and it's false. I don't be in situations like that. I don't spend time around young people. I don't even spend a lot of time around old people. Be honest, I probably got a circle that's on my one hand. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not going to be a lot of nonsense. I'm not going to be not a lot of new people, because I'm not chasing this like they are. These guys are chasing it. They want to let me get Academics on the stream. I would never have him on the stream. I would never be around him. Even before this situation, because I just don't be around a lot of new people. I don't like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't trust them. It is what it is. But I digress. End of the day, Rory and Mal copyright struck, deleted, and basically showed their hand that they're really going around watching people's videos and getting offended. They tried to play with this man and he won. They lost. He said he's not going to try to reverse it and go after them, but he could. And the thing I'm telling you is, these guys know that their show is turning into trash. Mal cannot be addressed in any kind of way other than mad soft shoe. Let me tell you, if me and Mal was on that show, I would be tearing his ass up. I'm just gonna be honest. How Rory sits there and try to call me. Well, no, it's really the suit is about defamation. I'd be like, nigga, what is you talking about? We couldn't exist in the same situation. We couldn't be on the same show. I couldn't be in the same show with Mal. Not even one time. Because I wouldn't have a tolerance for it. I don't have a tolerance for it. I let's say if me and him started that podcast together, we would really have to have an understanding that, nigga, I'm going to yell at you. Like, for us to last a year or 2 years, Challz and Mal, I'm gonna be like, nigga, every episode, I'm probably gonna scream on you. Because, yeah, you sounding crazy. Like, you really be sounding crazy on this show. And I'm not gonna sit here and just tiptoe around you when you sounding like a dumbass. Right? So, I don't know what they got going on, because Rory just tiptoes around him and he acts all calm. Then Maris will challenge him. You can see when he starts to puffing up his chest at her, and then she kind of like, she goes with him a little bit, but then she knows, okay, I got to turn in my invoice. I need my money on Friday. So she kind of like, okay, all right, let me calm down. And they probably give her a little leeway, like push a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Push a little bit on him, and you know what I'm saying? Try to get him going a little bit, but at the same time, respect him, respect the workplace. And maybe Julian didn't respect the workplace enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he pushed a little too much with them little comments out the back. You can't even see them up. He in the back there. Yeah, is that really what Drake did? Like, he'll say some slick shit in the back, and they're like, who the nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, maybe he crossed the line, and when it came time to reevaluate, give him his review for the year or a month or whatever, it was like, yeah, we really can't, these videos ain't making as much anyway. We lost the sponsors because the show's so damn boring and we keep just riding Drake all day long. So I guess they might have just like, Julian is expendable. And I hate how they're making it like now he got to be loyal. I don't like that conversation. I watched a couple YouTubers. They're like, yo, Julian is disloyal. How you disloyal to dudes that fired you? They're paying you weekly. They're paying you weekly with no contract. You got to turn in an invoice. You're not even really in this company. They could literally, any Friday they want, they can say, we're good. So I'm supposed to be loyal? And I know Julian talked about Joe Budden. Shit, I talked about Joe Budden. We all talked about Joe Budden. And he got in the spaces with Joe Budden and Joe. See, Joe, no one's talking about Joe. Joe got in the spaces with Julian. Right? But everybody's pointing at Julian. You got in a conversation with Joe. Why didn't you say Joe? Why are you talking to this dude that talk junk about you? It's never, that's what happens with this, with Joe Budden. He gets excused. He's never accountable for his stuff. It's like everybody else is wrong, right? Everybody else. What's the fat dude that sits behind Joe? I can't remember his name right offhand. Fat dude, loud dude, always playing pranks. He suspended him, right? It's just like everybody else is wrong. Joe's the podcast master, so he can't ever be wrong, right? So end of the day, Julian was on Spaces with Joe, he's getting kind of looked at sideways. But Julian's like, I'm just trying to start my new podcast and get a little buzz. It's all weird people. It is weird stuff. But we hold people to a different standard. No, I don't feel Julian needs to be freaking loyal to Rory and Mal. I think their whole setup is goofy. They had him in the back. They threw him in there. They was paying him weekly. No, I'm not going to be loyal to you. He could, at this point, he can go sit on the couch with Joe Budden for all I care, which he won't. He's too boring to sit over there with Joe Budden. So he's not gonna excel in the podcast. But no, he's not, unless he gets some new people with him, a team of dudes that's all got different personalities. You're not gonna sit and watch. Julian is what all of the old podcasting represents: the boring, slow, analytical, like. Podcasts ain't like that no more. That's what old podcasts used to be. When somebody used to say, you're watching a pod or you listen to a podcast, it was like, are you really listening to a podcast? Like, it's like that stuff. Like, that's what it is. Like, really slow and just like, I'm a thinker and I'm just going to think this through. Like, no, people don't want that no more. Okay, yeah, some podcasts still have that, have that little, they have the music come on. But yeah, some people still listen to that. It's fine. It's fine. So yes, if he wants to go into that world where you got a mic and I'm Sarah Gilman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like slow and like, or like whatever, topics driven and like murder mystery, whatever. Sure. But I don't see him in this space, this hip hop space. I don't see people wanting to hear that. So he would have to get with a Budden or get with somebody that's more famous than him, and that will bring that podcast to light, which is what he was trying to do. He knows that his bread is not going to be butter until somebody co-signs him, either with a big bag or a big name. So he's going to have to get with other people to make his podcast work. But right now, I don't see Rory and Mal's podcast really working too much because people are sick of the nonsense. It's okay to be, I am biased for Drake, but now you're to the point where nothing else matters but Drake, and people don't want to watch something like that. Apparently, Drake fans don't even want to watch it because the numbers are down. So let me know what you think. Is Rory and Mal soft? Let me know. Shit, you can say I'm soft. I don't care. Listen, I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Appreciate you, gang. I just hit 17,000 subscribers. The channel's going up, and we broke 4 million views. I need help. I don't know what to do far as how to show the appreciation for these people that give me the cash apps. I don't know, because I can't respond. So Cash App, when you send a Cash App and I hit reply, when I hit a heart, that's all I can do. I can't give you a personal message. They don't allow it. So I know people are like, damn, he just hearted my gift. That's not that I don't appreciate you. I just don't know what else to do outside it. I don't want to be like Company Man, reading off every name like, Sarah in Nebraska. I don't want to be reading every name off on these videos. I think that takes away from the video. So there must be something I can do to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. Y'all help me out. If y'all get this far in the video and you got any suggestions, let me know. CLBMG. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
CLB.